Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Jimmy Kimmel's return delivers massive ratings increase. Jimmy Kimmel has been a hot topic over the last week. His show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, faced preemption over his comments on the killing of Charlie Kirk. Now he's back on the air, and the ratings for his first episode have blown past the show's previous viewership. According to Deadline, Kimmel's first episode back on the air drew 6.26 million Live Plus same-day viewers. He previously averaged about 1.77 million viewers. This number represents practically 4 times more viewers than Jimmy Kimmel Live typically draws. Of course, the ratings don't include streaming numbers from Hulu. However, it's assumed that his viewership on that platform is also higher than usual. It's worth noting that this is despite his show not being available in 23% of U.S. markets. Jimmy Kimmel Live airs on ABC at 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time. It streams on Hulu and Disney Plus the following day. Naturally, a vast discourse ensued after Disney announced on September 17th that it was suspending Kimmel indefinitely. Many celebrities supported the late-night television host, and some fans elected to cancel their Hulu and Disney Plus subscriptions. As a result, his return to television was met with great fanfare. Business Insider reported before the official ratings were released that his monologue had broken a YouTube record for the show. By noon on September 24th, the upload had amassed 13 million viewers. Previously, the highest viewed video had 14 million viewers to date. Currently, the 28-minute video called Jimmy Kimmel is Back has a staggering 17 million views. It also has 1.1 million likes on the platform. He stated in his opening monologue, "Maybe most of all, I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway." Of course, he also referenced the tragic killing of Kirk. Kimmel said, "It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what was obviously a deeply disturbed individual." Elsewhere in the speech, he highlighted Erica Kirk's words about forgiveness at her late husband's memorial service. His show isn't in all markets. As mentioned, Jimmy Kimmel Live isn't airing in about 23% of U.S. households. This is the case as Sinclair, which owns several local ABC stations nationwide, has decided to continue preempting the show. The company said on X, "Beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return." The company owns about 30 local ABC stations. It's unclear where the involved parties have arrived in their talks to restore his show to Sinclair stations. For months, late-night television felt like it was running on autopilot. Guest hosts rotated in, repeats filled schedules, and the once buzzing energy of live commentary seemed muted. Fans wondered when their familiar late-night host would return, and when the announcement finally came that Jimmy Kimmel was stepping back behind his desk, the industry perked up. But few could have predicted the massive wave of ratings that crashed in when Jimmy Kimmel Live returned, a return with fireworks. Jimmy Kimmel isn't the kind of host who slips back in quietly. His first night back felt like an event, the way television once felt when it was truly communal. From the opening monologue, it was clear Kimmel wasn't holding back. His brand of comedy, razor-sharp, self-deprecating, and unafraid to punch up at politicians and celebrities, had been sorely missed. Within minutes of the opening jokes, clips began circulating online. Trending hashtags lit up Twitter, or X as some still reluctantly call it. TikTok edits of his best one-liners went viral, and memes flooded Instagram. Suddenly, late-night TV wasn't just television. It was pop culture's beating heart again. And then came the numbers. Ratings surged like a rocket. Industry insiders revealed that Kimmel's return episode drew in the highest ratings the show had seen in nearly a decade. Viewership surged not only among his loyal audience, but also in younger demographics who had drifted away from traditional late-night viewing. Streaming data confirmed the phenomenon. The episode became one of the most rewatched on Hulu within 48 hours. Clips on YouTube pulled millions of views, with some surpassing late-night rivals combined. For ABC, this wasn't just good news, it was a statement. Jimmy's return was a reminder that live TV still matters, one network executive reportedly said. He's a cultural lightning rod. People tune in to see how he'll frame the conversation. Why the ratings jumped? Several factors fueled the massive spike. The absence effect, audiences missed him. In a world saturated with streaming, the scarcity of his presence made his comeback feel special. The guest lineup, Kimmel's first week back, was stacked with A-list stars who were just as eager to celebrate his return. From Hollywood icons to viral internet sensations, the couch lineup was designed for maximum buzz. The headlines: Kimmel has always been a political and cultural commentator, and with so many ongoing debates dominating the news, his sharp take became appointment viewing. The competition factor. While other late-night hosts continued their routines, Kimmel's break and return gave him an edge. He wasn't just another voice. He was the voice audiences had been waiting for. Rivals take notice. Over at NBC, CBS, and streaming-only late-night experiments, there was chatter. Fallon and Colbert both saw dips in their ratings the same week Kimmel returned. While loyal fans of each host stayed, the industry buzzed about whether Kimmel had pulled the cultural center of gravity back to ABC. Wars are never truly over, but in that week it was clear. Jimmy Kimmel had won the battle. A pop culture reset. Beyond ratings, the return sparked conversations about the relevance of late-night TV in 2025. For years, critics argued that streaming platforms, YouTube comedians, and social media influencers had eroded the power of traditional late night. But Kimmel's resurgence suggested something different. When done right, late night can still shape national conversations. On TikTok, young viewers stitched his jokes with their own commentary, while older fans celebrated the classic late night feel they felt had been missing. It was cross-generational appeal at its finest. The monologue that went viral. Perhaps the biggest turning point was Kimmel's monologue. He tackled politics, celebrity scandals, and even poked fun at his own absence. His self-awareness resonated. Viewers felt they weren't just watching a comedian, but a man who knew how much the world had shifted since he last sat in the chair. One joke, in particular, about a certain politician's recent gaffe, was replayed endlessly. It became a rallying cry on social media, quoted by both celebrities and everyday users alike. The fact that a late-night quip became a trending slogan showed just how far-reaching Kimmel's influence was. Family man appeal. Part of Kimmel's charm has always been his balance between sharp wit and warmth. Viewers see not just a comedian but also a dad, a husband, a man who's open about real struggles. During his return, he touched on family, sharing heartfelt moments that added layers of humanity to the comedy. It's this mix, being able to make audiences laugh 1 minute and tear up the next, that makes his presence unique in the crowded entertainment landscape. Industry impact. The surge in ratings didn't just help ABC. It sent shockwaves through the entire television industry. Advertisers jumped at the chance to snag slots during Kimmel's hour, driving up ad revenue. Streaming services benefited from replay numbers, and social media platforms basked in the viral content that flowed from his show. Suddenly, everyone was talking about late night again. For networks struggling to hold viewers in the streaming era, Kimmel's return was proof that big moments still matter on live TV. What's next for Kimmel? With momentum on his side, speculation swirls about what Jimmy Kimmel will do next. Will he lean even harder into political satire as the election season heats up? Will he innovate with interactive audience participation to capture younger viewers? Or will he continue balancing heartfelt stories with biting humor to keep his broad fanbase engaged? Whatever direction he takes, one thing is clear. His return has reignited the late-night wars and re-established him as a cultural powerhouse. The fans speak. Perhaps the best evidence of Kimmel's impact came not from ratings charts, but from the voices of his fans. Online comment sections were flooded with messages like, "Late night is alive again. Jimmy's the only one who makes me laugh and think at the same time. I didn't realize how much I missed him until he came back." The emotional connection between Kimmel and his audience is what truly sets him apart. Numbers are impressive, but loyalty is priceless. Conclusion: a victory lap. Jimmy Kimmel's return wasn't just about filling a chair behind a desk. It was about reclaiming late-night television's relevance. His massive ratings surge proved that audiences are still hungry for sharp, timely, heartfelt comedy delivered by a trusted host. For ABC, it was a triumph. For rival hosts, it was a wake-up call. And for viewers, it was a reminder of the power of laughter in uncertain times. In a world where attention is the hardest currency to earn, Jimmy Kimmel's comeback showed that when a host is genuinely in sync with culture, the audience doesn't just tune in, they show up in force. Late night may have seemed to be fading, but with one powerhouse return, Jimmy Kimmel reminded everyone, the king of comedy isn't going anywhere.